Jesus! So it is 5:35, it is Monday morning, and we are on the way to the Lake District on my first ever solo trip across the UK. Was supposed to leave last night, slight change of plan. We're still going to be stopping in Telford, going to Cheddz Hill Victorian Village, and then on to the RAF Museum of the Midlands, just to break up the journey a little bit, because it's around 5.5, 6 hours to get from where I live in Kent to the Lake District. So yeah, we're going to break up the journey a little bit before heading up to just south of Cartmel, which is where I'll be staying at Haven Lakelands. We've got 3 hours and 20 minutes ish until we get to where we're going. It doesn't open until 10. I'm going to get there for around 9, but I'll likely stop on the way and get some breakfast. So yeah, we'll reconvene shortly. Yeah, so we're about 2 hours out now from our first stop, which is Cheddz Hill Victorian Village. I may stop to get some food along the way. It doesn't open until 10, and at the moment we're looking at getting there for around 8:45, so more than likely I'll be stopping soon to get some food. So this is definitely one of the better services I've ever been to. This is Welcome Break in Oxford, and yeah, it's actually really nice. Except nothing's open at the moment, obviously, because it's about 6 o'clock. Is it? Or 7? But I think I may go and get some breakfast from there. So looks like it's the only thing that's open at the moment, and I don't really fancy Taco Bell for breakfast. So I've arrived a little bit early, but there's a woods right next to it, so let's go for a little walk. I came across a spot where there was a bunch of different paths to take, and I'm not looking to get lost in the woods. So we'll head back. The car park looks like it's filling up now, so let's go and check out this Victorian village.
Watch traditional crafts, people at work. Try some Victorian food and drink. Cheddz Hill isn't just a place to visit, it's a place to live in history.
I just went into the bank and changed £10 for two shillings? 2 shillings and a penny, which you can use to buy stuff with, so okay, let's go buy some.
So it just means that they could understand what the shops are.
The side of the chemist.
Yeah.
Shine your shoes, Governor.
Whereas now it's just through that box. So it's one of the silver ones. Have a look. See if one of the two silver ones is the big one. So it's 6 pence already. So see if you can find a smaller version of this.
I just stopped in the sweet shop to get some of these. I got some strawberry and cream, and it was genuinely the most confusing experience of my life. So when you go into the bank, you get given some money, and this is obviously pre-decimalisation, I think it's called, but it's very confusing. I have no idea what any of these are worth. So the sweets were £1.30, which was threepence? No. She said the small silver one, which is, yeah, threepence and 1D. I've got no idea. So you can actually use normal money here, or a card I think as well. But yeah, it's very confusing, the money situation.
Was a couple of years younger than her. They were the two main teachers. Then we had some
That house just behind me used to be a toll house, and it was moved here instead of being demolished. I couldn't feel much in there because there was a roaring fire in there. It was absolutely roasting, and they're all in full Victorian, head to toe, completely covered. I feel bad for them. Also lovely.
throughout the day. I have probably mixed up, probably not enough water and too much plaster, so it's not as runny as I'd quite like it.
Yeah, so that was the plasterer, and they sell the stuff they make in there. So I bought a couple of Tudor roses, which were £1 each, or some amount of very confusing money. At this point, I'm literally just putting it on the table, and they're telling me which ones it is, because I've got no idea. No idea. Anyway, I think we're almost done here. It's a lovely day now. The weather has really picked up. So we're going to head back to the car shortly. I'll probably try to spend the rest of this money. There's a pub here, so I may go in for a swift half. They start serving after 12. And maybe get some beef dripping chips. Whose horse is that?
I used to have a girlfriend there in Suffolk and I used to see this house.
Just popped into the post office I got here. Did you see earlier when I was in, but the shopkeeper wasn't in there. I got a dog license and a newspaper, which was 2.5, no, 2 pennies and a farthing. I don't know how much that is. It's got some chips cooked in beef dripping. I think this was around £4.30, but they're very good. That was Bliss Hill Victorian Town. I kept saying village, it's not, it's a town. That was good, I enjoyed that. I didn't change up the money that I got from the bank. I think the shopkeeper said I had around £4 worth left, so I thought I'd keep it. Next stop is the RAF Museum of the Midlands. So yeah, we just got to the RAF Museum. I like big planes. Actually, I was driving down that road and there's no signposts or anything to a museum, and then all of a sudden I'm sort of driving along an airfield and the entrance was just there. Anyway, I found it, and as you can see driving in, there's big planes. I like big planes. I've got no idea if you can go in them, but I like big planes. Let's go have a look inside.
Bobby Kennedy desperately tells the Soviet ambassador the US military are spoiling for a fight.
Ground floor.
Cool, so that was the RAF museum. It was really not bad actually. It's a free museum, but it's $7.50 to park. And my phone died while I was in there. There's a lot to see in there. There's three separate parts, and the last one was closed for a corporate event, so yeah, I'm not sure what was in there. I almost accidentally wandered onto the RAF base, but yeah. Anyway, so now we're going to head on to Haven. It's 153 miles, 2 hours and 45 minutes. I think I need to take the M6 toll. I've got no idea how I even use that, but we'll give it a go anyway. Just seen the first sign for the lakes, and we are 52 miles or 58 minutes away, so it's a long old drive. The weather's been nice. I've had to close the roof because I'm getting burnt on the top of my head. I love being bald. In the next hour or so, should be there. I cannot wait to get out of this car. There was quite a lot of traffic on the M6. I had to go around and go through some little towns. It's all good, unlocking more of the map. Anyway, let's crack on. The lakes! So I've had to stop for a minute because my tyre pressure warning lights come on. Not a bad place to stop. Tyre pressure seems fine, so I'm not too sure why the lights come on, but I have done quite a few miles today, so that might have something to do with it. Anyway, we're about 20 minutes away now, so we'll finish off the journey and finish off driving for the day, because I cannot be driving anymore. While I was driving through, I think it's Grange, I saw this and I absolutely just had to stop to come and check this out. I don't think the camera does it justice. I think it's Morecambe Bay, just outside Grange Station, which is just there. Anyway, back to the car and on we go. Arrived, had a look around the site. It's not bad. Just got to check out the bay, which is just off the side. And yeah, so that'll be that for today. Yeah, it was a good day, and ready to go to bed. So I was heading back, and then I found sheep. Jesus Christ! Yes. You alright, bro? Nah. Anyway, that's it for today. We go again tomorrow.